Good morning, YouTubians. It's Kermit's Ghost. It's a little bit nicer down here on the seafront. It's a mixture of blue skies and clouds. Not that you can see much because I'm about to head down Quadrophenia Alley. It is a big Blu-ray release day today. There's got to be 30 plus titles and I'm after 2. I will have some subscriber mail to show you and a Father's Day gift as well. So plenty to talk about a little bit later. Go and grab myself a nice hot latte. So I need a latte this morning. Not in case I want one. I need one to function. So we'll head up to HMV and Costa and then I'll take you back and show you what I picked up. Let's go. So as I'm walking down Quadrophenia Alley towards the exit, I noticed there was a till on the floor. Well, I couldn't really miss it. It's been busted open. It's from a shop just around the corner. There's keys, there's a knife in the till, a few cards, and here it is from where I've just walked from. There is an address written on the top of the till, so I'm going to go and have a look, see if there's damage to the shop itself. So the address on the top of the till was for Martin's Burger House, which is 8 East Street. As you can see, the door panel's been kicked in. So this has obviously happened during the night. Quite quiet at the moment. These shops stay open until about 10 o'clock. Unfortunately, I don't own a mobile phone, so I can't call the police. And there's no police walking the streets anymore. They're all in cars, so not likely to see one either. And here is Quadrophenia Alley, where I've just come from. You can see there. So they've obviously just nicked it in the night, ran up the top of this alleyway and dumped the contents there. And as I mosey into HMV, I see they've moved the t-shirt display, probably trying to throw me, but I am smarter than that. I've spotted on the other side of the entrance. The t-shirt this week is Zombie Makeout Club. Interesting. Okay, on to the releases. In no particular order, we start with Obsession. This is a 1949 British crime movie directed by Edward Dmytryk, who also made The K Mutiny in '54. It's about a man who kidnaps his wife's lover with the intent of dissolving him in acid. This one is priced at £16.99. Next is A Galaxy Next Door. This is about a struggling artist who has an assistant, but unbeknownst to him, she is actually a princess from another planet. Plus, through her planetary customs, they are now engaged to be married. There are 12 episodes in this season and it's priced at £44.99. Next from BFI is A Dry White Season, a drama from 1989 starring Donald Sutherland, Marlon Brando and Susan Sarandon. Set in South Africa in the 70s, it deals with racial issues at the time when whites and blacks were separated. It's got a runtime 107 minutes and is priced at £16.99. Next is The Peasants, an animated adult historical drama which takes place over 4 seasons, and this is adapted from a Nobel Prize winning novel about a Polish peasant woman. It's got a runtime of 105 minutes and is priced at £14.99. Next is Dr. Stone Season 3 Part 1, an animated comic book sci-fi action adventure about a civilization that's been turned to stone only to be revived by some clever high school students. It's got a runtime of 275 minutes and is priced at £32.99. Next is Immaculate, a mystery horror from this year starring Sydney Sweeney. It's about a new nun in an Italian convent which claims to house a crucifixion nail, and let's just say some unholy goings-on start happening. It's got a runtime of 89 minutes and it's priced at £14.99. All of Us Strangers next, a fantasy drama from Disney Buena Vista. This is about a screenwriter called Adam who starts a new relationship with his neighbour and has the ability to see and converse with his deceased parents, who are played by Jamie Bell and Claire Foy. This one is priced at £14.99. Next is The Sacrament, a found footage horror written and directed by Ty West. It's about a film crew that tags along to a utopian religious commune in the middle of nowhere to visit a fashion photographer's sister who has invited him over. Big mistake. This is released through Second Sight. The regular Blu-ray is priced at £17.99 and the limited edition is priced at £29.99 and it carries a 15 certificate. To Kill with Intrigue next, a martial arts action film from 1977 put out by 88 Films starring Jackie Chan. This is about a gang known as the Killer Bees that are en route to kill Chan's family. He must send his pregnant girlfriend away to protect her. Priced at £16.99 and carries an 18 certificate. And I've just found the 4K release for To Kill with Intrigue and that one is priced at £29.99. Wasted 13 Patlabor the Movie 3 next. This sci-fi action animated feature film from 2001 is about a government cover-up of a new biological weapon which is being investigated by detectives Kasumi and Hatta. It's got a runtime 107 minutes and is priced at £15.99 and carries a 15 certificate. The Crow next on 4K, a comic book horror revenge from 1994 starring Brandon Lee, Michael Wincott and Ernie Hudson. It's about a man who is resurrected by a crow which leads him to a path of revenge for his girlfriend's rape and murder. It's got a glossy slipcover and is priced at £24.99. Drive Away Dolls next, an action comedy road movie from this year directed by Ethan Coen. It's got an interesting cast. This one includes cameos from Miley Cyrus, Matt Damon and Pedro Pascal. It's got a runtime of 84 minutes and contains a 32-page booklet and 3 art cards. Still too expensive though at £19.99. The Famous Five next from the BBC. This has 3 feature-length films that are loosely based on the Enid Blyton stories. Aired in December last year. This is free to download through the BBC iPlayer. Each episode is around the hour 25 mark and is priced at £19.99. Next is Butcher's Crossing, a western starring Nicolas Cage. This is based on a book of the same name. It's about a small group of men who set out to find an elusive buffalo herd with the intent of earning a fortune by selling their skins. This is priced at £14.99 and it carries a 15 certificate. Mobile Fighter G Gundam Part 1 next, set in a future where orbital space colonies exist and battle rages on the Earth below. Every 4 years, a fight to the death takes place to settle who is the leader of the space colonies. It's got a runtime of 600 minutes and is priced at £54.99. Mother's Instinct next from Studio Canal. It's a thriller from this year starring Jessica Chastain and Anne Hathaway. This is about next-door neighbours whose idyllic lives are turned upside down after the tragic death of one of their sons. This is priced at £14.99 and it carries a 15 certificate. Next is the Criterion release for Slacker, a comedy drama from 1990, written, produced, directed and starring Richard Linklater. This was his first directed film, so I guess you could call this a passion piece. This is priced at £22.99 and it carries a 15 certificate. Next is Robot Dreams, a Spanish-French animated comic book comedy drama about a dog who builds a robot he sees advertised on TV so he can have a bit of company. It's won a number of awards for Best Animated Film. It's got a runtime of 102 minutes and is priced at £14.99. Next is The Crazy Family from Third Window Films. It's a 1984 comedy drama. This has the Kobayashi family who move into a house of their dreams, but the house has a termite issue which affects their minds in strange ways. It's got a runtime of 106 minutes and is priced at £19.99. Next is Dead Mount Death Play Part 1. This is about a corpse god who is reincarnated into the modern world but is pursued by death. It's got a runtime of 300 minutes and is priced at £44.99 and it carries a 15 certificate. Next is Doctor Who The Collection Season 22 from the BBC. There are 8 discs in this release and Colin Baker is the main Doctor. This aired in 1985, is priced at £34.99, but you can still order the special collector's edition from HMV's website for £39.99. Food for thought. The Whole Truth from Powerhouse Films next. This 1958 John Gillerman directed thriller is about an affair, murder and a director trying to clear his name. Stars Stuart Granger, Donna Reed, Gianna Maria Canale and George Sanders. This is priced at £16.99 and it carries a PG certificate. Heavenly Pursuits next from BFI. This 1986 comedy stars Tom Conti and Helen Mirren as teachers of the Edith Semple Catholic School, which is being investigated for the canonization of the school's namesake. Then miracles seemingly start happening. This is priced at £15.99 and it carries a 15 certificate. Next is Tomorrow We Live, a war film from 1942 set in German-occupied France with French resistance and German forces trying to outwit each other. The Germans are at first shown to be incompetent. This was known as At Dawn We Die in the USA. £16.99 for this title today. Next is The Shop at Sly Corner, a film noir from 1947 directed by George King. This is a film about an antique seller who is dealing with smuggled diamonds as well as blackmail. It's got a young Diana Dawes in her first film role. This limited edition is priced at £16.99. Next is Kids on the Slope, an animated show featuring episodes 1 to 12. It's a coming-of-age romance slice of life set in high school. This aired 2012 and the manga came out in 2007. This is priced at £32.99 and carries a 12 certificate. Next is Invasion of the Body Snatchers on 4K from 1978. This Philip Kaufman sci-fi directed classic stars Donald Sutherland, Jeff Goldblum, Leonard Nimoy and Veronica Cartwright. One of the best alien invasion films in my opinion. It's got a price tag of £21.99. Next and last is Wild Things on 4K. This is from Arrow. It's the standard edition. The limited edition came out May 2022. This is about a high school counsellor who is accused of raping 2 students and possibly a conspiracy to cover it up. This is priced at £21.99 and carries an 18 certificate.
Okay.
Hey everybody, welcome back. There's a lot to show you today. I've got some subscriber mail. I have a TV show from the 80s, got a TV show from the 70s, and I have a new pickup. And this arrived on Saturday. I've not had a chance to open it or watch it yet. It's from Imprint Films, so I'm going to leave that one till next Monday. Gives me a chance to watch all the contents inside. So let's crack on with what I have today. Okay, first one to show you is subscriber mail. This arrived Thursday afternoon. I've already watched it, but before I get onto the film, let me tell you about the sender. It is none other than Roy from Blu-ray Movies. He joined YouTube 2019, took the plunge, started making videos some 10 months ago now. He's knocked out almost 150 videos. His videos, they include unboxings, what he's watched, shelf-by-shelf collection videos with recommendations as well. Roy is very down to earth. He's not pretentious whatsoever. The film is everything to him. Packaging is non-priority. You will like Roy. He has an incredible collection. You can tell he actually watches his movies as well, and he's very well informed. Go and give him a watch and prove me wrong. Anyway, that's enough blowing smoke up his Jack C. I meant every word, by the way. There will be a link down in the description to his channel. So Roy has done the decent thing. He has wrapped the film in bubble wrap, always a must, and he's also provided a note. Now I'm going to read this, and I'll put it up in the corner so you can read along with me. It reads, "Hi Alan, hope all is well on the sunny south coast." You know what, it's been a miserable year weather-wise so far, hasn't it? Hopefully the sun will make an appearance sometime soon. Here is the film I promised you. It's a really great French World War II prisoner of war story that I enjoy. Thanks for the entertainment every Monday. You are the go-to for my new release information. Take care, buddy. Roy, aka Blu-ray Movies. Thank you very much. I will keep this, put it inside with the film. Let's crack on. So the film Roy has currently sent me is A Man Escaped. This is a French-made World War II film from 1956, written and directed by Robert Bresson, and it tells the story of a French member of the resistance who is caught and charged on charges of espionage and blowing up a bridge, and he's placed in an internment prison called Montluc, which is kind of like a holding prison where inmates are often either tortured or killed or even moved on to concentration camps by the Gestapo for crimes against the Third Reich. And in this, the resistance prisoner is Fontaine, being played by Francois Lettier. Now, Fontaine is hell-bent on escaping. It's something that occupies his mind from the moment he awakens. To be fair, he knows he's going to die soon via a firing squad, so he's literally got nothing to lose. The film uses mostly non-professional actors, and I think that was a good move by the director. Sometimes you can get a film with a big name and it takes you out of the story. Fontaine constantly hears the firing squad executing fellow prisoners, so he has to move quickly, and he soon gets help from his fellow captives. But on the day of his escape, Fontaine is given a new cellmate, and that new cellmate is a soldier who is incarcerated for desertion. Or is he in fact a spy by the guards because someone's talked? You have to find out. I won't say any more. This, by the way, is based on an actual story. Now you may think because it's based on an actual story he's going to escape, but look at Anne Frank. Anyway, very tense film, very nail-biting, loved it. It's got a runtime of 1 hour 40 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So this is a Curzon film, and this is in a thicker case than usual. Curzon usually make 11mm cases. This is a 14mm cases, and there's that front cover of Fontaine looking out his prison window, planning his escape. And the disc itself is plain black with the title. So that was A Man Escaped. Thank you, Roy. You, mate, are a star. Next one to show you is Doctor Who The Collection Season 22, which aired from the beginning of January to the end of March 1985. There are 6 stories spread over 13 episodes, so most are 2 episodes per story with the exception of the 2 Doctors, which are carried over 3 episodes. Now the reason there are fewer episodes in this season is because the BBC, in their infinite wisdom, said let's try something new to attract more viewers. So they reduced the number of episodes per season but increased the length of time those episodes played. So each one is around the 45-minute mark. Usually they were airing for 25 minutes each. So essentially you're getting 2 episodes at a time instead of 1. So in a sense you are getting 26 episodes overall, if that makes sense. Doctor in this is Colin Baker, and his assistant is Perry Brown, played by Nicola Bryant. But in the storyline titled The Two Doctors, the other Doctor is played by Patrick Troughton, who was a Doctor from 1966 to 1969. And his companion in this is Jamie, played by Fraser Hines, who you may remember was Joe Sugden in Emmerdale Farm. Colin Baker went on to make 1 more season as a Doctor, and then Sylvester McCoy took over from him. A lot of extras on this. There's an audio commentary on the revelation of the Daleks. There's rare behind-the-scenes footage, previously unavailable content from the BBC, interviews with the cast, and much more. It's got a runtime of 725 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So the slip box and the case have the same image, but you notice the title's been removed from the cover. There are 8 discs and each one has a different image. There is a booklet which serves as an episode guide and it has all the extras listed. And on the reverse, we have a screenshot from one of the shows. So that was Doctor Who The Collection Season 22. Next one to show you is Columbo, the 70s complete collection. Well, technically it covers from 1968 to 1977, so 7 seasons. Then there was a gap of 11 years and it continued for 24 more episodes, which was shown over 14 years and included 2 specials. But this is the main show that continuously aired for 9 years. Also includes 2 TV specials, one from 1968 titled Prescription for Murder, and then the 1971 special Ransom for a Dead Man. Both of them served as pilot episodes. In fact, the first episode of season 1, titled Murder by the Book, was directed by none other than Steven Spielberg, and that happened to be the same year he made the TV movie Duel. Now, Columbo, in case you are unaware, is a detective show. The title character is played by Peter Falk. Columbo is unassuming to look at, a bit crumpled around the edges if you like. He wasn't scruffy. I mean, he wore a suit and a tie all the time, but he also wore a raincoat which gave him that crumpled look. He's also seen smoking a cigar as well, something you rarely see on TV nowadays. Peter did actually smoke in real life. He smoked actually from the age of 15 years old, and cigarettes as well, not cigars. Now, despite his unassuming look, often confused look as well, Frank Columbo was fastidious. He was like a dog with a bone. You would find a morsel, one clue, and pick at it until everything would unravel. Now, his character, just brilliant. As I mentioned, this was made in the 70s, and bear in mind each episode's around 90 minutes in length, so in effect these are all like having 1.5 hour long detective movies. A lot of famous actors would pop up within the show, the likes of William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, Robert Culp, who was in Hanny Calder, which I showed a week or so ago, Martin Sheen, Don Amici from Cocoon and Trading Places, Janet Leigh, Dick Van Dyke, who actually went on to solve crimes for himself in Diagnosis Murder, Kim Cattrall, Johnny Cash, and many, many others. It's got a runtime of 3,754 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So I want to say a massive thank you to my children for picking me up the Columbo box set for Father's Day. As you can see on the side there are 6 individual cases. Seasons 6 and 7 are combined onto one case. We'll take a look at each one individually. So this is the cover for season 1. I'll put the reverse up there so you can take a good look at that, and then I'll take a look inside. So this is a 4-disc set, and on the reverse of the cover is an episode guide. Here is season 2, and the colour has changed on the cover from yellow to green. This season houses 3 discs, and on the reverse of the cover there's an episode guide. So this is season 3. You can see the colour scheme on the cover has changed to blue. We have returned to a 4-disc set, and again on the reverse of the cover we have an episode guide. There is the cover for season 4. This one is a 3-disc season. There is the episode guide. There's the cover for season 5. Again, there are 3 discs in this season, complete with episode guide. And there is the cover for seasons 6 and 7. And there are 3 discs in this season. And again, there is the episode guide. As for the box, well, it's a little bit flimsy, as with most of the Fabulous Films releases, but once you put the cases inside, it gives it a little bit more strength. So that was Columbo, the 70s complete collection. Very nice it is too. Next and last is Butcher's Crossing, a western from 2022, directed by Gabe Polsky, and it's based on a 1960 fictional book of the same name by John Edward Williams. This stars Fred Hettinger as Will Andrews. He's a naive Harvard dropout living in Massachusetts in the year 1874. Drops out because he wants to experience life, and what better way to do that than in the Old West. So Will upsticks and moves to Kansas, which is quite a hike. We're talking over 1,500 miles here. Anyway, Will winds up in the small town of Butcher's Crossing, which is on the brink of financial collapse, as the main trade is buffalo skins and the area is void of such a commodity. However, there is one man called Miller, played by the one and only Nicolas Cage, that knows a place where the buffalo roam in huge numbers. A party of 4, including Will and Miller, are put together and the journey towards the herd begins. This is a story of obsession, tale as old as time, like Captain Ahab and Moby Dick. Careful what you wish for, as greed forces the group to stick it out in the wilderness throughout the winter. And I mean, they could have very easily have called it a day and returned with ample supply. That's where all the obsession comes into it. I won't say any more story-wise, but I will also mention it stars Jeremy Bobb and Xander Barkley, and as the 2 other cowboys, and Rachel Keller as Francine. She's the tart with a heart. I'm sorry, but that's what they refer to in movies. It's got a runtime of 107 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So that front cover image has been put onto the disc. So that was Nicolas Cage in Butcher's Crossing. So that was it. Have you seen any of those? Plan to pick them up or just want to leave a comment? And do so down below. I will read every single one and try to reply if I have the time. Give the video a thumbs up, really does help the channel, and subscribe if you haven't. It's all free. Why wouldn't you? And on that note, all that's left to say is thank you so much for choosing my channel today and watching my video. Take care. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.